wasn't filtered around. We're still allegedly trying to sell Aubameyang. Nketiah has been floated around to another club. 1 minute he's in talks to sign for free to a German team. Then Brighton and Palace want him. Brazy one, man. Again, hopefully when we can deal with some potential outgoings, hopefully we can get some incomings. All I wanted for Christmas was a central midfielder, really. And all I want for January from Arsenal is a centre mid. Don't get twisted. If you can bring in a striker, whether it's Vlahovic, any of these guys, scouts have done their job. It's of equal importance. But I just feel on the best of days in August, when you have Xhaka, Partey, El Nene, at the time, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Lokonga, I can't lie, I still don't think there's enough quality there. There's enough depth on the best of days. And I think we've seen Xhaka be injured and get COVID. We've seen Lokonga out for a couple of reasons. Ainsley the same. El Nene's, the same. Partey the same. And I just think on the best of days, we needed midfielders. We need midfield options. So it's compounded with what we're doing. I have to believe, again, I don't know what's going on in the club, but surely there's a central midfielder. I know typically, as much as we gas up AFCON, if you look at it, best case scenario, I swear, couple man only missed 2 games, assuming they go out. I hope that's not the case, because obviously you want the Arsenal players to go as far as they can, really and truly. And definitely them Liverpool players. The longer them Liverpool man stay up there, hopefully Liverpool can float away and away and away and away and away and away. Big up yourself, Life from Planet X. Pain actor, come on. Don't think we don't notice the strategic head turns after you get a skin fade looking fresh. I know, I hear it, but it's dying, it's expired. I need to shout my barber soon, but yeah, man, I'm too ill for that right now, man. Come on, shout out to the barber. You get me on the best of days. I'm sexy. Thanks for recognizing that. Hey, to the galley out there, you get me. 2022. I'm aging like fine wine. If you're a hater out there, turn to your baby mum right now. She's looking at the guy. The voice does things, and then she sees the face. It's brazy. It's absolutely brazy what I'm on. Like, come on, babyface killer, bro. Golly got a social, got nothing on the guy. But even that, man, not even babyface again, I'm getting a little chin here and that. Arsenal really need to win the title or it's peak. It is what it is. Big up Sancho, you're always here. Make sure you lot check out his pod and whatnot. Gonna get him on this channel soon. I say soon. There's a lot of things I got planned for January, and you're at the forefront of them still. But yeah, DG, what do you think of? I can't say that name, but I know who you're talking about. He's brazy. Kamaluddin Sulemana, he's brazy, he's brazy. He's direct. He's good on the wings. Again, you want to see the output improve and stuff like that, but he's brazy. I'll be open to it still. The Coutinho thing sounds like Barca using other clubs and agents so they can register Torres and other incomings. I genuinely think they want to get rid of Coutinho, but I can't lie. Listen, for me, Coutinho isn't going to help us. Away from his quality, again, it's not going to help us for several reasons. For me, he's not what we need in the sense of, yes, he played deeper at Liverpool, but is he a number 8? He can play there, but is he a number 8? I would take him because things can change really and truly. People can get injured. Smith Rowe and Odegaard, if something happens to them, we need creativity in the team. So I'd be open to taking him. But again, taking him on a permanent, for obvious reasons, at 29 years of age, Ozil, Aubameyang, are we really going to do another one? Really? The quality is not in question. The consistency, the baggage, and all of those sort of things are. He provide an option as a 10, as an 8, I guess, and on the left wing, but it's not specifically what we need, really and truly. It's even like Kulusevski. He can play a lot of roles, and you lot know me. If I could, and I could make decisions, Kulusevski signs tomorrow, but he's on the right wing. He can play 10. It's not what we need. I think we need a specific number 8. But it just feels like, man, I just try, they've clearly been trying to get Coutinho off the wage bill for a while. Whether they can do it in January is a difficult one. He's been linked with us, Tottenham, Everton, and Newcastle. I don't know what the other teams are on. It'd be a marquee signing for Newcastle. Surely, if I could see a reality where Newcastle, you get him on loan with a buy option, provided you stay in the competition. Not the same, but similar to what we have, what we agreed with Stuttgart with Mavropanos. So I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I did listen to the medley interviews. Wavy still. Good interview techniques. The real problem with Arteta creating a top expectation that if he does not succeed, he'll get the sack. Same thing happened to Oli finishing second. To be fair, I don't think Arteta set real high standards. Off the pitch, don't get twisted. I like what he's bringing in, but Arsenal have finished back-to-back 8th. We have won the FA Cup. We haven't done much. And even that, I didn't put it in the title, but we will. Apparently, the Athletic are saying there's a big pro-Arteta piece about getting a new deal and stuff. Please hold your new deal. Talk about Arteta getting a contract and things until later, people, because I want you lot to keep it in mind. So when we're talking about it, we can have an engaging conversation. But same way, get your talking points, questions, all of those things are in. I need you lot to do one thing for man, and that's hit the like button and make sure you set your reminders and hit the like button for the watch alongs to come. We've got Chelsea, Tottenham. Make sure you're there, my guy. my people and women out there as well. I keep saying guys and bros, and I know football is very male centric. I don't think I'm discriminating. Like, I really have to check myself. But yeah, man. Obviously, tomorrow, assuming it happens, you know, we'll be doing a watch along for Liverpool versus Arsenal, Liverpool. Again, the status of this, I don't know when it happens. You know, I think they should do the right thing and at least update fans by midday. I don't know if that's the case. I just think, come on now, man, that gives enough people time, whether they're in London, Liverpool, Scotland, whatever, to change their plans. Obviously, it's an inconvenience. Certain people have probably booked not only tickets, but tickets for other people and, you know, family members, and obviously coach journeys, train tickets, put petrol in the car, hotel, you know, obviously all of these sort of things. It's an inconvenience for health as well. I hope they don't cancel it. I did see Aston Villa's tweet. Them man are snaky. They're very snaky and sneaky, but I respect it. Bare hotels, all these things, man. All these things. And end of the day, as much as money's important, it can't buy life, innit? So health is wealth. Health is the right thing, innit, really? So if health is the priority, but I think this is another way of not Liverpool or Arsenal, but the Football League, whether it's the Premier League, AFL, they don't care about fans. They don't care. If they cared about you, they would tell you, they would notify you. They'd reach a conclusion. Now, I don't know all the variables. Clearly, they're still liaising with Liverpool, Arsenal. We probably should be pushing to play it, you know, and we might still lose, but respectfully, away from COVID, we should be pushing for this thing. There's no for me. There's no thingy. Apparently, ain't got no goalies. You know, the AFCON boys have gone. You know, Minamino would probably turn into Ronaldinho, and Firmino and Jota don't respect us on the best of days, so it probably won't be that, but is what it is. Morning to you lot, chin hair hype. I believe the hype is real, boy. I'm looking like Zaytoven and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Coutinho should not come anywhere near my club. You man are on him. I'd prefer Bruno from Lyon or Salzburg if we're going for a centre mid this window. Bruno will come to this thing, but these man, it's a myth. Yo, DG, just seen that we got charged for not controlling players in the City match. Bro, do you know what it is? We're actually charged for the Gabriel moment, you know, and I'm not no snitching and no whatever, but you know, is that any worse? Then I'm sure you're all seeing the things filter about, you know, you can see Ben White, he's shaking everyone's hand and he slapped the officials. Is that any worse than what Gabriel's did? I'm sorry, only Arsenal can be punished for showing emotion. You get it? Again, I can't lie, I hate referees because I think they're the only people in football that are not accused of bias. It's literally a law not to accuse referees of being biased when these things are going against us. And it's of little consolation to me to see all these referees, whether it's McDermott, Gallagher, man, call him McDermott, all these guys saying the refs got the decisions wrong. I don't care because it keeps happening. They said Gabriel shouldn't have been sent off. I disagree. He was doing dumb shit, 2 silly yellow cards. The penalty should have been given, but you know, even some of the refs are saying it's a pen. Bernardo's that's going to ground anyways. For me, it's the lack of consistency, really and truly, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Spurs is better than Arsenal. Let them be, Steve, man. Rise up, put your trophies on the table. I respect the trolling, man, but please, man, do something productive with your life. It's 11:47, and rather than use the internet to learn a new skill, you're trolling, and you're damn right lying. You know, in life we don't like liars, man. You know, it's like nobody likes liars. I'm sure your father and mother tell you you're the most handsome man in the world, but I'm sure the galley have something different to say, man. Let's not be comforted by lies. But if that gives you peace, do your thing, man. Any news about is that not from yesterday, man? My best friend's girlfriend gave them his exec box ticket for her birthday tomorrow. I'd be gutted for him and her if that's cancelled. That's fucked. That is fucked. Ref had a fantastic game, man. Ref had a fantastic game, I guess, man. But yeah, let's insert that into the timestamp as well. Arsenal charged for failing to control players, and Arsenal were hardly the most aggressive team, even if we want. Don't get twisted, Gabriel, South American passion, but come on, man, fucking hell, Ben White, Rob Holding. If there's anything to take seriously, obviously, if Xhaka is shouting at you, sometimes I wish it was Sunday League, man, because Xhaka, Kolasinac, these sort of guys, when dodgy things are happening with these refs, but hey, you just got to wait till the game's finished. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Man said my boy was born the last time Spurs won anything. Bro, one of my best mates is a Spurs fan. He on a regular basis tells me he remembers when they were finishing 13th for them things. They allow it, man. Allow it, bro. Chick King in Tottenham, the High Road Chicken Shop, is a bigger football club than and is more iconic probably around the world than Spurs. Spurs had to, in fact, to be fair, Spurs are now champion on NFL and San Antonio Spurs. This is what you man have to do, blood. Allow it, man. Like, I respect the trolling, man, but allow it, bro. You man got fucking at the time a draw against Liverpool and a shaky victory in the next game, and you look are back and whatnot. You look, no matter what happens with Arsenal, this Conte thing's not gonna bang. You might get a trophy. What, League Cup? That surely makes you a bigger club. I hear it, my guy. I hear it, man. I hear it. Let me not entertain the bullshit again. But yeah, we've spoken about Liverpool's request for the postponement of Arsenal versus them. Let's move on from that. Hit the like button if you haven't, people. Let's get in with Maitland-Niles because this is from The Athletic. What's going on? It's funny how things change, man. Big up Art the Rose. It's funny how things change. Ainsley Maitland-Niles looks right at home in Arsenal's midfield. Pardon me, now he's keeping it moving. I mean, before I carry on, one good thing I like about Arsenal, what they've done, there's no buy option. So obviously, and apparently Roma want to buy him permanently. So obviously, there's the scope to renegotiate. Obviously, if he bads it up for Roma, we might be able to get our 20 million, whether that's from Roma or someone else saying that. You know, they desperately wanted Xhaka. Xhaka at the time when he was linked with Roma was probably one of the best performing players of the Euros, and they still didn't want to commit the extra 1 or 2 million. Maybe that's because they don't think Xhaka was worth the money. Maybe their interest was overinflated. Maybe they're broke. We do hear they're trying to sell several players as well. So hopefully between now and the summer, they can get players off. Ainsley can do his thing and he can make us some bread. You know, you and Nketiah should be being sold. That's one point that Haaland should be doing. The Haaland, you lot can leave with your head held high, play Premier League football in the first team. You're just not levels. We should be making money and throwing that back in, because as much as I rate Ainsley Maitland-Niles and he's 24, at 26, I want you to be an England international. I want to sit here and say what happened at Arsenal, but fucking hell, he's hardly anything to write home about, as great as he is. You know, he's not top quality, is he? You know, again, we shouldn't be in this scenario, but Roma agreed loan deal for Arsenal's Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Roma have agreed a deal to take Arsenal's Ainsley Maitland-Niles on loan until the end of the season. The Athletic understands. Personal terms between Maitland-Niles and the Italian club, are not yet agreed, although they are not expected to be an issue. Roma had submitted an offer to take Maitland-Niles on loan until the end of the season with an option to purchase the midfield in the summer. Arsenal, however, only agreed to a straight loan when they responded to the offer on Tuesday. Apparently, it's going to cost around 500k for his loan. And I like that because, I'm sorry, 8 to 10 million, that's dead. That's dead. Because they will sell him in a couple of years back to England. That's what's going to happen with Eddie. You know, whether he goes for free to Germany or goes, well, yeah, if he goes to Germany, they're going to sell, whether he develops or not, they're going to sell him back. It's not my money in the grand scheme of things. I don't really care, but we need to be proactive, really. It's not everyone's going to progress from the academy and do things. Some people are going to have a couple of seasons and be moved on. You know, Joe Willett probably should have been sold a lot sooner, but Joe Willett was a good example. He had a little purple patch. You shotted him, you know, and for me, I'm just tired of this Ainsley stuff. It seems like there's always beef between you and Arteta. You bless it, he gets a couple games, then we're back down this road. So less love dramas, man. Ainsley, you're not going to play. You could be a right back option, but there's a bag of right backs on the table. So Arteta's probably made his mind up. Probably don't rate you per se in that unless you go with a back three. Midfield is a myth for you. Yeah, you've been getting opportunities, but it's a myth. And honestly, beyond being a squad player, unless there's significant development, it's a myth because we want a number 8. Xhaka every day of the week's going to play ahead of you. And to be fair, in what Arteta demands, Xhaka is better than you at that. You know, I would prefer Ainsley to play over Xhaka, but I think fans live in a fantasy. Like, he's not progressive. Ainsley is not progressive. He's not progressive enough. And I'm not saying that to big up Xhaka. It's just when you remove maybe a hate for Xhaka or your over love for Maitland-Niles, at this moment in time, beyond being a squad player, side man, it's a myth, people. Like I said, the thing I like about Arsenal is, you know, go over there, Ainsley, do your thing, and we'll talk. You know, he's got a contract until 2023. It's probably the writing's probably on the wall in that regards, really. So yeah, apparently Maitland-Niles' medical is expected to be held in the UK in the next 48 hours, as the 24-year-old still needs to visit the Italian embassy in London to obtain a work permit. Apparently, The Athletic reported on Monday that Roma would prefer to buy Ainsley Maitland-Niles in this window, but are not in a financial position to do so. And as I said on Monday, I would love a Lamborghini. I'm not in a financial position to do it. So what does that mean? Like, go get the bread, save up your pocket money, go and get the bread, go get another job. You know, go and commit some fraud online, some scammer boy, Yahoo boy thing. Go and make the peace. Like, don't come to us if you ain't got the peas, man. I'm tired of people zanging Arsenal because Roma are not going to cut us any slack. You know, they're not going to cut us any slack if we try to buy their players. Anyways, the Athletic, and we're going to get pennies because he's got a year left on his deal come the summer anyways, unless we want to revisit this Eddie Nketiah or Lacazette to a degree thing, it needs to happen. And in the summer, you probably, you know, you're probably going to see Leno moved on, Ainsley Maitland-Niles moved on, a couple of 2023 deals done. So, yeah, man, you know, it doesn't include a buy option. Apparently, Ainsley was open to staying if it wasn't to be Roma. It's now believed that Ainsley was only interested in a move to Roma this transfer window. Otherwise, he was content to remain at the Emirates Stadium. Maybe he thought in January get opportunities, but the opportunity to play in a big country like Italy, in a fantastic place like Rome, for a fantastic manager like Jose, I know Arsenal fans won't like that. Seeing what it's done for Tammy Abraham, Victor Moses, Chris Smalling. I'm missing somebody else out. Chris Smalling, Victor Moses, Tammy Abraham, Tomori. Defo missing out one more. They've all found like revitalize their careers or whatever. And for me, it's just about shop window. Go put yourself in the shop window so that Roma can come with our 15, 20 million, or Wolves and Everton and all these guys can come. Or in a reality, maybe Arteta wakes up and says, you know what, you're part of my plans. But that's probably a myth, people. And it's found the sort of link between Tammy Abraham. Let's get into some other rumors as well. Where is it? There's that one. But what are you lot saying before I carry on? We spoke about Isaac yesterday, broski. Looks like Liverpool actually going to try and win the League Cup now. Not good news for us, boy. But at the end of the day, semi-finals, COVID or no COVID, but it is what it is, bro. Like, everyone's going to want to win. I want to play Liverpool with their potential strongest team, but I'll be kidding to you if I said, you know, we ain't got a fantastic place to play. It is what it is, man. Just move to them. Simple as that. Like, I just want to know if the game's fucking going on. Like, it's not fair for the fans of both sets. Fuck it. If they're going to have a road, you know, again, do I think they're being done a favor? Do I think there's one rule for Liverpool and others and one for others? Of course. But, you know, I look at Villa, they still had to do it. Leighton Orient had to give a blight. I don't really want to blight to the final, you know. But it is what it is, man. Just get on with it. All I said, just tell fans. Just tell me, because I want to know if I'm doing a watch along. You know, I want to know if I'm doing a watch along for this ish. I don't know what we're doing. Fucking hell, man. But one thing I would like, if players are thingy, you know, I'm living a fantasy world, but can they just let Gabriel's, you know, if this game is banned, he would have been involved or whatever. Can they just let that game be the suspension? Jack Wilshere come back? Nah, bro. Unless we're desperate, nah, bro. It's not making sense, bro. But every day you come here and ask this weird question, bro. Allow me, man. My girlfriend's your mother. Anyways, disagree about Ainsley not being quality. I never said he's not quality. But I mean, is he going to help us get top four? Is he going to, at this moment in time, is he looking anything beyond a squad player? We've got to stop being sentimental. If you know, and for me, every couple of months we're having these stories that Ainsley ain't going to take us forward unless he dramatically improves, which I hope he does. But I mean, he's been in the first team for a while. He's had a little spurt at centre mid. He's had a little spurt at right back. I mean, the word quality is subjective. He's a good player, but quality. Is he going to get into the team? Again, for me, the main thing is depth, because selling people like this or loaning them out, you've got to make sure that you've got the bodies. If Ainsley Maitland-Niles is quality, do you know what quality is? Quality is David Silva. Quality is a Prime Mesut also. Quality is Alexis Sanchez. Maitland-Niles is not quality. He's a decent player. Myth, man. Let him enjoy his football, and then we can just, bro, it's done, man. So we can just fuck off about speaking about it. And there's, pardon my French, and there's many sort of examples like such, man. But Ainsley said he'll play everywhere, but it's a myth, man. I mean, clearly Ainsley's got pride. I think the thing with Ainsley, hit the like button, 300 of you locked in. We should have 100 likes. I just think Ainsley's naive. I think he wants to play at Arsenal and things. So when Arteta gasses him, he falls for it, and then lo and behold. And to be fair, I'm not against Arteta, bro. If I'm Arteta, I want him to tell Balogun, yo, bro, your first team football, sign that deal. I want him to gas Ainsley, but it's a selfish thing, you know. Arteta you can't have everything. You can't have being competitive, everybody getting a game, everybody playing. You know, with it being January, that's my only issue. That's my only issue, man. Quality's a big thingy, man. Quality is a strong word, man. He's a good player, but fucking hell, quality. No man said no more loud at London goalie. Boy, I'd like to step up if that's all right. No, I'm playing. I don't know what that is. Oh man, you lot keep your opinions and whatnot coming, man. Did it say they want to play him where they want him to play? I mean, it looks like Ainsley just cool playing everywhere, and Jose play where he wants, bro. I think he'll play his fair share at fullback. He'll play his fair share in midfield. I mean, he's got to embrace that versatility, really and truly. And I do think there's a bit of a culture shock. It's not that Ainsley hasn't got a culture shock, but you need to realize you need to play where you can. I think Eddie and Nketiah, unless you join a really, really team with hardly any resources, you're probably not going to be first choice. Like, he's been linked with Brighton, and that I respect him, I rate him, but are you going to play ahead of Mupe? Are you going to start at Palace? You know, are you even going to start at Leverkusen, the team you're linked with? Because they've got that, my man, the Schick doing well as well. It's a squad game, but you get the point. Apparently, Brighton and Crystal Palace are keen on signing Eddie Nketiah this month, but Leverkusen are also in the running after starting talks with Arsenal striker over possible pre-contract. If he signs for Leverkusen now and agrees a move at the end of the season, we don't get no bread. Arsenal only have themselves to blame because Arteta is spending this time convincing him to stay. Bro, fuck it. Bro, I'm sorry, it's Eddie Nketiah. Like, come on now. Move the man on. Simple as that. Bayern Leverkusen are discussing a possible pre-contract for Eddie. For Eddie, that's good. Go Germany. And I rate Leverkusen because they're going to make peace. I rate Eddie for refusing a deal. You know, for a while, I think Eddie's been gassed up at Arsenal. I think it would be lovely. You know, you're scoring in the cup, doing the phone thing. You're part of the squad. I'm going to be real. I think a lot of mediocre talents at this football club have benefited because of the position we're in. Like, there's been stronger youth players that, because we weren't in this position, never really got opportunities. And I think Nelson, Joe Willock, Eddie and Nketiah, for years, they've just been happy to be part of Arsenal. And, you know, it's time to make progress. The bubble's been burst, really. Arteta can tell you he likes you as much as he wants, same as Ainsley. And I'm not begrudging Arteta, you know, playing Ainsley and Eddie and giving them the chances they want. It might have made us more or less competitive. Right now, we're fourth with a lot to play for. I can't complain. The team comes first. The collective comes first. All you lot's individual BS comes second, really and truly. And all these two have to look at is how much games they've played. How many times have you played in the league? How much times have you been in the squad? Simple as how many starts have you lot made? And you don't deserve starts at this moment in time. Is Ainsley Maitland-Niles getting in the squad ahead of Xhaka, ahead of Partey? Ahead of, you know, are we going to change the three around and drop out Odegaard? No. You know, is Eddie, even though he's been playing on the left, is he going to play on the left? Again, Lacazette has 3 goals to his name in the Prem. Any striker should be able to back themselves, but does he bring what Lacazette brings to the table? Now, of course, Eddie could develop. He's only 22, and I think fans are quite harsh on him in that regards. Very few strikers are quality at 22. Do I think Eddie's going to be this amazing Premier League striker? I don't know. Only time will tell. But I do think fans have been a bit unfair. But this is where we're at, where we probably need a better striker that can help us right now. And he needs somewhere to settle down roots. So to be honest, it's looking like a divorce thing where you can leave with your head held high. It's been a success. You got released from Chelsea, become an Arsenal first team player. Sportsmail understands Bayern Leverkusen are discussing a possible pre-contract. Palace have also been linked with a swoop. Denise tried to sign for them in January and then in the summer, and then obviously wage demands. But the Eagles will need to brace themselves for a battle with Leverkusen. Come on, man. Do Ian Wright's career in advance, man. Go on. Come on, broski. You don't want to go for free to Germany. You can't speak the language. Come on, man. You know you want. Brighton's not far from London. Palace is South London. You know you want to go now. You don't want to sign for them, man, for free. But big up Leverkusen. Apparently, you know, the Selhurst outfit have been joined by fellow Premier League outfit Brighton, who along with West Ham have previously shown interest in wanting the 22-year-old. Palace and Brighton want to sign the former England under-21 striker, wanted to last summer, with some reports claiming a failure to agree personal terms saw a deadline day move break down. Boy, apparently Graham Potter is keen has been keen on a new striker for a while. As you've seen, they've let Aaron Connolly go out on loan. They've only got Neil Maupay, so that could be something. And they don't have the biggest of squads. Again, he's yet to start a game this season. And I don't begrudge Arteta, but you can't, you know, the manager's going to tell you everything. And this is where you probably need your director of football to maybe just say, you know what, I understand you need your playing squad, but he doesn't want to stay. He's rejected deals. You're going to have to find another solution, really and truly. You know, he's just been doing up the cup thing, and really, you know, 18 goals in 71 appearances. It's not bad, but it's not for a young man who's 22. It's not amazing either, man. Just let my man keep it moving, like keep it pushing, really and truly. It's jarring, man. What do you think about Trippier today, Newcastle? Good signing for Newcastle, and for him, he gets his move back to England. But you know, they might be in the Championship, so I hope the bag is big enough. No, I never saw Ozil's shot recently. I haven't been paying really any attention. They'll say good, then don't say quality. I said let leave his line in safe hands. Leverkusen have Verts. Yeah, you can play up front as much as everyone else. And this is it as well, you know, when your girlfriend is offering, doing the Martial girlfriend thing, criticizing the manager, when you're doing the social media thing, go and play, Ainsley, man. Sounding like a pussy if I'm real with you. Big up DJ. I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles probably got vexed after seeing El Nene and Xhaka coming straight back into the team. Probably is. I'd be vexed as well. But reality is, bro, them man have, you know, I can understand. We've been with Xhaka's always, any Arsenal midfielder, you know, there's really only one position in that pivot available. Xhaka, when fit, is always playing. So again, unless something happens to Partey, it's a myth. We brought in Tomiyasu, who's better than you. Yeah, if Tomiyasu needs a rest and things like that, he could throw you in. If you could get any manager, past or present, to Arsenal, who would you pick? A prime Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Ten Hag if he's available. Eddie is championship level. Would you take Martial from Arsenal? Yeah. Got gassed by Southgate. I mean, Ainsley's got quality, but go and do your thing, man. The thing is, Eddie is young enough, but loaning him out, ironically, you'd get some money for him. It'd be stupid, because it's his contract's done. All the loan thing is over now. He needed to go on loan for time, but he's more than happy to score against Blackpool and do all of that. Joe Willock the same. Lo and behold, when him, Reece Nelson as well, when him, Reece Nelson, and Joe Willock, when they play first team football, they're struggling. You know, Joe Willock, I know he's playing a different role, but he's behind. He's struggling for Newcastle now. Eddie, when he goes, he'll have a purple patch, but he'll struggle. Reece Nelson, he has struggled, you know. Even Smith Rowe for a second, he went out on loan. Huddersfield gave him a lot, because for a while we're just keeping these guys on the cusp of things rather than getting them some experience. And the loans needs to be picked properly. It can't just be anything, really and truly. Brazy one, man, brazy. But that's Eddie Nketiah. Boy, I mean, we spoke about Vlahovic yesterday. Allegedly, he's open to a move. Allegedly. Let's see what this report is saying. But before all of that, DiMarzio has allegedly said Arsenal are the most interested team in Dusan Vlahovic, but the player's entourage is procrastinating and is aiming for more ambitious projects. But this, whoever this is, Massimo Molino, has said, my feeling is that Vlahovic has already an agreement with a team, probably Juventus. He could remain in Italy. Otherwise, there's no way you can't not like a project of Arsenal. So, again, he's somewhat open to it, but we're not his first choice. And, you know, let's keep our ears and eyes to the streets and just move on with that, really and truly. Now, obviously, I think this is Florentina's main gaffer, main head honcho speaking. I'm just trying to skip to where I see Vlahovic. Will the transfer market bring an alternative to Vlahovic in attack? He said, first, we would like to clarify Vlahovic. We are prepared, then we'll see. We are only at the beginning of the market. Vlahovic always says to speak with his agent. With his agent, we stayed until October the 5th. We want clarity from the player and agent. What is their intentions in January or the summer? I mean, it doesn't strike me as someone that wants to leave in Jan. He wants to help you lot get Europe and then keep it moving. And if Vlahovic keeps shunning you off to his agent and his agent's probably turning off his phone, there you have it, really. The company will go on anyways. Vlahovic is part of a group that's doing well. Did Vlahovic's agents then ask for 20 million in commission and 10 million in salaries? One of the discussions we had with Vlahovic's agent was to bring the player to maturity. And this is not a good thing for us, because Florentino has always believed in Dusan. We don't want to deceive fans. We are here to tell the truth. This is not the right time to talk about figures. And even if he's going to Juventus, the Juventus might not be on it. Arsenal might not be on any other team. Again, he said, this is not the right time to talk about figures. It is a complicated situation. If the player's entourage wants to expire it, they have to say it publicly. We do not want to be hostages of this situation. He then went on to say to Torreira before we carry on. You know my thoughts very well. We are delighted with Lucas, but we cannot yet talk about redemption. We will speak in March/April with Arsenal, a club which we have a great relationship. If we got a great relationship, give us Dusan Vlahovic. So that maybe the talk of Torreira committing to Fiorentina permanently is premature. They have signed Icone. That was a move we knew about. Does Vlahovic's situation go beyond the boy himself? What impressions do you have? It's a particular situation. The players give indications to their agent. I'm convinced that is a team effort for the players' interest, just as Fiorentina works for his interest or its interest. Google Translate probably hasn't helped us out. So there's that. Let's start closing the 1-2 things as well, man. We've been linked with Coutinho as well, by the way. I don't know how certain Albert Rog is, but allegedly Arsenal is setting conditions to incorporate Coutinho. The English club is only considering a loan without a compulsory purchase option. We do know his agent. The Brazilian should lower the card or help Barca in the payment. So that tells me we're probably going to get him for a decent loan fee and probably not commit to all of his wages, which could still prove expensive. You know, just because it's not big life-changing money. Denis Suarez was an expensive flop. You know, we've had Ceballos. We got him on loan twice. 2-odd million. That's 5 million down the drain. Allegedly, we want to sell Pablo Mari. We paid a loan fee and took him permanently. We've given Cedric a big deal. We put 100 bags a week in Kolasinac contract. It's not just the Aubameyang's big deal, the Ozil big deal, the 52 million Lacazette and not seeing too much, the 72 for Pepe. It's everything we do. Anyways, 400 of you locked in. Unexpected high bills if you do not hit that like button. But that's Coutinho. From one striker to another. How Arsenal move on Aubameyang in January, I don't know. This is where you're probably looking at his agent, Edu, and people to really earn their keep. Because again, if there's rumors over a man's attitude, one thing you say with Aubameyang, the man lives, breathes, goals. Has that been the case for the next 18 months? I don't believe it necessarily, but there's rumors of attitude issues. So if you're a potential club, are you going to do it? And the age, and whether you're going to get him on loan or take him permanently, it might not be the most groundbreaking, but there's a lot of money to take on, really and truly. So it don't make sense. It's easier said than done. Maybe sending him on loan with with no purchase option like Ainsley could be the thing, but I'd be very wary of tearing up the squad, because again, if something happens with Lacazette, if something happens to a couple of players, you're going to need a Aubameyang or elsewhere. I think fans live too much game to game. They don't consider that it's a 38-game calendar, and we're just over half the way gone. As we know, Aubameyang has not played for Arsenal since December the 6th after being stripped of the captaincy. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is close to finalising a loan move to Roma. Allegedly, Arsenal will consider offers for Pablo Mari and Chambers this January, which is cool. Why not? I'm more open to letting Mari leave, because I think Chambers, you can stay, be a little side man at right back. What about Cedric? Arsenal will consider suitable offers for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a January exit not ruled out for the striker. He's not been involved in the last 6 games. Obviously, we've been scoring goals, winning, doing hella things, and we've scored 20 league goals. So he needed to come out the side anyways. He's our highest earner with 18 months left. And again, you can't just have this in the background, really. He had some interest from Juventus, but will not be joining them due to his commitments with Gabon at AFCON and their desire to keep Morata, according to Sky in Italy. Arsenal have money to spend on a new striker this month with Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah's contracts expiring at the end of the season. We've just spoken about Vlahovic. Offer would be considered, but who could afford it exactly? He's currently with Gabon at AFCON preparing for the tournament, and apparently he scored in a friendly yesterday. If you look at the timetable in the past month or so, he was stripped of the captaincy in mid-December and has not featured in the Arsenal squad since then. I'm told if an offer comes in, it will be considered. That's one part of the deal. But when you're talking about a deal for him, who would do such a deal? He's got 18 months left on his contract, exactly, and it's worth 350 a week. It's not a base salary of 350. It's a heavily insensitized contract. It's closer to 280. If you know, you know. If there's a deal to be done, what kind of deal would it be? Would it be a loan? Would Arsenal pay some of his wages? Bro, someone has got to be smoking the finest of Cali to take on all Aubameyang's wages. I mean, can we get him to PSG? It could be a wavy thing. If it's a transfer, who would be able to pay that plus wages? It's very early stages in the window with regards to his future, but I wonder whether Mikel Arteta, if he had any doubts whether Arsenal could cope without him, the last 6 games have shown him they can. I'd be wary. 6 games, you just hit for 6 months. I don't know. 5 wins and the only defeat to Man City. Let's be wary, and we have scored goals. One thing that has been in not in doubt is Aubameyang needed to come out of the team, but whether you rate Lacazette, Eddie Nketiah, or El Nene, potentially Ainsley Maitland-Niles, you've got to be very Leno. You've got to be very wary of tearing up the squad halfway through the season. You're only 2 injuries away from a madness happening. And again, we're assuming Lacazette's going to keep doing this thing. Smith Rowe and Saka are going to keep scoring. We've got to remember, people lose form in that. I'm not saying to keep Aubameyang. I don't like how positive and negative conclusions are always drawn in football when, again, it's a squad game. So it is what it is with Aubameyang, man. In fact, his scoring rate has dropped every year since his arrival from Dortmund. Yeah, but when did we get a 20 league goal, man? And to be fair, I don't think that's just down to him. We never really created for Aubameyang, if I'm completely honest. He unbalances the side when he's not in form, so it's irrelevant, really. You know, the paper talks of, again, he's been linked with Newcastle, he's been linked with hella teams. We already know Ainsley Maitland-Niles is moving closer to this Rome alone. Apparently, Arsenal to consider offers for Marie and Chambers. Arsenal will also consider offers for Pablo Marie and Callum Chambers in this January transfer window. It's almost like bringing him in was the wrong decision. The pair have not featured in the Premier League since August and have found playing time limited this season and do not appear to be part of Arteta's long-term plans. Arsenal signed Pablo Marie permanently from Flamengo for 8 million in August after taking up an option to buy following his 4 million loan move in January. So was it, we'll give you 4 now and 4 and make it permanently, or was it 4 and then 8? Where again, on top of his contracts, this is where you're at, people. He was his first signing. He has 2 years left on his deal, and he's just fucking shit, if I'm honest with you. Pardon my French. You know, again, Chambers has 6 months left on his deal with a buy option. I mean, with an option of a new deal. Move the man on, really. Move the man on. So that's that. So we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Nothing going on there. We've got that. We already know they're trying to postpone the thing. So yeah, that's that, boy. That is that. That is that. What are you lot saying in relation to transfer news and all of that jazz, people? That's that. Let's see what else is going on, man. We just signed a centre mid. I just want to see a centre mid is arriving, man. What's going on here? We don't even do the hour thing. What's going on here? I mean, to be fair, let's see what happens when we deal with some outgoings and all of these sort of things, people. Brazy. Is what it is, though. We're going to get into this Mikel Arteta thing in a second, man. What else are you lot saying, man? Just spoke about, well, I say just, we did speak about him. Vlahovic is a weird one. All reports are silent about the man himself. Fiorentina wants to sell to Arsenal, but it's Vlahovic agents that don't want the deal to happen, probably. Vlahovic looks like a baller, but that Serie A tax is hefty. If we play how we are now, Vlahovic doesn't work. David would be better in this system. I think Vlahovic would be fine. There's a lot of similarities with what Lacazette does, and fundamentally, he's going to score. I think that's a bit harsh. Unreal work rate, DJ. I respect your grind. Mo, I appreciate that. This year's about working smart, not hard, but nonetheless, big up yourself, man. Should we sign a back to goal striker like Giroud or an out-and-out striker like Van Persie? Both. You find one that's a household name, and if you could scout one, because it's a squad game, as I keep saying. Appreciate you. Not interested in Vlahovic. Think he's overhyped. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the guy we need. Apparently, Middlesbrough asking for Balogun on loan. I mean, Toby, apparently Middlesbrough sent Etienne. He's got some good choices. Swansea and all those sort of things. I think Arsenal need to sell Aubameyang. You think? Whether they move him on is another thing. Yes, DG, stuck at college. Seeing us being linked with Isaac, I'm not on it. 4 goals in 16 is dead. I hear it, man. But I like Isaac, man. Jonathan David, I can't lie, he's developing, he's finding a purple patch and whatnot, but I don't know. He's probably the easiest to obtain, really and truly, because we obviously have dealt with Leo before. They know how we like to do things. Arteta just needs to flirt with Vlahovic, and I think it will happen. Arteta knows how to talk. True, but Vlahovic can say, who are you? Who are you? Like, I don't know you. Nah, who are you? As harsh as it is. Who are you? I watch Premier League. Who are you? What you done? You know, when you're linked with Juventus, Allegri, you know what it is. Carlo Ancelotti, you know what it is. He looks like he's... Do you know what? I don't think it's just Juventus. I think that he might end... I know Inter Milan, I don't know, but he looks like he's keen to stay in Italy. It could be a Juventus thing. It could be Inter Milan. It could be AC Milan. These are all big clubs to wear the number 9 shirt, assuming the number 9's available and all of these things. David or Isaac, who you taking? Ooh, either one, really. Like I said, Jonathan David, his general play is improving. I like what I'm seeing. Isak, I'm probably a bit lightweight. Would probably struggle in the first 6 months in the Premier League, in my opinion. Or if he bangs the first 6 months, we'll find a problem. But yeah, I'd bring him, man. Scores for Liverpool tomorrow, assuming it happens. And on that, make sure again. There's no point. I haven't specifically done a preview because I don't know if the game is happening, man. We'll wrap one up quickly tomorrow if that's the case. But make sure you lot are there for that one, man. Big up to everyone. The 7 people have hit the like button, and I assume reminders. Appreciate the 6 people who have hit the like button on Chelsea versus Spurs. Appreciate you lot. And again, for me, I'm just wary of when we're linked with players from Italy. Car. It just looks like when you look at the Locatelli thing, the Kulusevski, this. Xhaka, it looks like people just take us around the houses, whether we're trying to buy players or bring people in. I got a feeling Vlahovic is using us for clout, probably, and his agents we'd all do the same thing. We'd all do the same thing. I mean, Adeyemi would be perfect, but he, like with Isaac, probably asking a lot. You'd probably have to, I would say, initially, I'd play Adeyemi off the flanks just until he thingy settles and all those sort of things. Allow the spamming, my guy, please, man. Man said, thought there was lots of shit on the wall behind you. Then I just realized it's an Arsenal shirt. I mean, last time I checked, we're not Tottenham's ground. It's not a toilet. I don't expect to see shit on the floor, but I think you mean shirt. LD, nonetheless, big up yourself. I actually need to paint this part of my wall green so then you don't see this. But yeah, man. Are we not worried he could be? Every signing is going to present a risk. And reality is Arsenal have 2 options. You do the scouting thing where you find a Lewandowski when he was in Poland and nobody knows about him and what he's on, or you take these educated risks. For me, as long as you've checked, you not just a man's strengths. Everybody, when we're linked with players, they talk about a man's strengths. What is his weaknesses? How is he like on the worst of days? What's his mentality like? He might have scored 20 league goals, but I know a lot of people talk about pens. How good of a pen taker he is. I think we struggle with that. Where is his goals coming from? Because when you looked at Lacazette didn't score too many goals from outside the area at Lyon. So you knew that wasn't going to be the case at Arsenal. What are the sort of goals? What's his heat map saying? What's his passes per 90 minutes saying? As long as you've done your research and how he ties in, every signing is a risk, but it's about educated risk. And for me with Arsenal Football Club, it's like, because it's almost like we've become more reckless when we need to watch our pounds a bit more, really and truly. So yeah, it's one of them. Every signing is going to be a risk. It's all going to be a risk, especially when there's a lack of quality goal scorers in general in my opinion. It's crazy, man. Your girlfriend Ndombele is a quality player, but Arsenal to Spurs, myth, isn't it? I'd love Jude Bellingham, but dreamland. I mean, no, there are no guarantees anywhere. Like, you could score goals in England for one club, you sign for a next club, you struggle. Like, there's all a risk. Everything presents a risk. Do you think Saliba will stay next season? I hope so. Aouar's gone quiet. I talked to Lyon fans and they say he's back to his best last season. And when we sat here doing live streams, people was chatting shit. I would love him to come to the club, but it feels like, at least where Arsenal's concerned, that boat might be sailed. It looked like everyone had a free hit at him, but nobody looked to take the chance for whatever reason last summer.